All righty, what do you want to play?
Nestled along the bubbling Kentucky Creek in Newland, Dudley Greene finds moments of peace plucking his banjo. But Greene found anything but peace here in late September.
This was a two-car garage, and it just leveled it completely down to the pad. I'm not sure it is fully sunk in yet.
But through volunteers, family, and faith, hope fills his soul.
You know, really touches your heart.
Helping him recover, but also fulfill his job, helping others.
Let's get this done. Let's quit arguing over the politics of it.
You know, I grew up on this creek.
At 62, Dudley Greene has spent pretty much his entire life here.
I was raised here, caught fish in here.
After a restless night of sleep, that morning, September 27th, as Helene dumped inch after inch of rain, a brief moment of relief abruptly ended with devastation. Suddenly, the creek ballooned, taking everything with it.
I had just pulled the tractor to near the shelter there, and my son hollered, "Oh my gosh!" And that's when we made the decision we need to get on out of here.
It was time to evacuate, first to their church, then to Tennessee, the closest place that might have rooms.
There were no rooms to be had over there. We had gone to Walmart, got a couple of pairs of blue jeans, and tried our best to find a room. But there weren't any available. So, yeah, we did. We ended up spending that second night in the Walmart parking lot there. Went on to a truck stop, did a little bit of laundry, got a meal, and worked our way back here. Check in with the Emergency Operations Center to make sure they were getting everything they needed from the
Because, I mean, you're an elected official. You got to worry about that kind of stuff.
Yes, sir.
You heard that right. He's an elected official, swamped with official business, with his personal business soaked in 4 feet of water. Facing turmoil at home, duty called Greene back to Raleigh within weeks. The Avery County Republican and former McDowell County Sheriff was first elected in 2021 to the State House.
My hometown doesn't even have a grocery store open yet, and it's going to be weeks.
Finding balance proved difficult. In the same hours he was evacuating his home, calls for help flooded in.
It's one of those things that hits you that I have an obligation to 4 counties here.
A recovery boosted by several volunteer organizations as government money slowly trickled in. Dudley Greene has seen it firsthand.
I'm not sure it is fully sunk in yet.
Back in Newland,
that whole 2-car garage up there had knocked this wall in.
his home reduced to studs, but better than it was 6 months ago.
There was about 4 to 6 inches of mud in the house.
The rebuild continues inside, not from the $1,400 he says he got from FEMA, but volunteers, a group called Baptists on Mission.
They called us one day out of the blue and said they'd like to come out here and take a look and see if they could help us. And after their initial assessment out here, and they said, I think we can help you.
Throughout our time with Representative Greene, he applauded volunteer groups over and over.
Whether it's the Amish who were there building tiny homes, or Men on Mission, or Samaritan's Purse, they're continuing to be out there working really before any state or federal money other than the little bit of individual assistance that FEMA can provide. Samaritan's Purse has agreed to help us put our bridge back.
Tell me about the 18-minute speech on the veto override that you gave on the floor.
Was it 18 minutes?
Yeah, I clocked it.
Well,
Last December, the legislature held a controversial vote. It's a long story, but in short, it included $227 million for Helene relief. But it also included non-relief measures like taking away powers from the governor and attorney general. Greene understood those concerns, but he also understood how badly his district needed money.
someone asked, would you be willing to speak on that?
September 25th of this year, we had a storm in Avery County.
The only thing I knew at at that moment in time was to try to share my experience.
We were blessed in that I had that sister, and she allowed us to come in there and pile in on her. And we stayed there for a month. So, Freda, if you're listening, thank you.
In the end, the House and Senate overrode that veto. Representative Greene's pleased with the state response and shares a bipartisan concern with the lack of money promised from the federal government actually flowing to Western North Carolina. But he also warns government won't solve every problem.
We can try to meet basic needs and create the infrastructure to allow those things to happen, but I don't know that there's any government program that's going to ever make everybody whole. Yeah, we've got debris down here over 10 or 12 acres.
While Western North Carolina waits for more relief, the level of recovery sets in.
You've been cleaning this stuff up for years.
Yeah.
Dudley Greene's hope rests on his faith. Reminders literally handwritten on the walls.
And the rains descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, but it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock.
Remember that banjo? Turns out it is a survival story as well.
Yeah, we had put those on the bed. I don't know what brought, but the bed had floated, and these things survived.
Amazing grace.
And just the volunteer individuals that came up and said, I'm here to help, what do you need? It was just, really touches your heart.
Faith, family, and community. But billions of dollars in damage will require government help too. A balance Dudley Greene knows all too well.